Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. Okay, I wish you could smell what I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking Magic Tea's Minty Cocoa or Cacao. It's absolutely yum. Wish we had smell-o-vision and you could smell it. So let's just take a nice deep breath before we begin. Let's think very carefully about our question. Hello, Amber. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Okay, just a couple of little things to start. Let's just take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And let's get nice and calm and relaxed and very clear about the question. Hi, Viddy. How are you? Hi, Anna. Welcome, welcome. I'm just drinking minty tea, minty cacao, which is from Magic Tea. It's absolutely delicious. So I'm just enjoying my cup of tea. This is a bit of a surprise. I wasn't going to do a live. I was and I wasn't, and I wasn't really sure. And then I thought, well, I'm ready. I'm now in a ready headspace to do some readings. So let's welcome anyone who's new to the channel and you may not know. Okay, so let me just put this cup to one side. I don't want to drop it or spill it or anything. Right, so when I'm doing my free readings, let's just grab a random deck for the moment. I'll just grab a Rider-Waite-Smith type one. Okay, so if you haven't watched the trailer at the beginning of the video, at the beginning of the live, but there is this the 2 cards for your free readings. So you get 2 cards, okay, for your free reading. If you want more than the 2 cards, if you want a tarot and oracle reading, anything from $1 using the pinned links or the links down below. Now, the best way to get your tarot reading is to ask questions like how, what, and why. How can I move forward on my journey? What is going on in regards to this relationship or in regards to work, or why do I react this way? Why is this happening in this relationship? Are sort of some good questions to ask. If you ask a yes and no question, then I'm going to use the angel answers with the yes and no cards. Okay, so angel answers I will use for any yes and no questions. Yes and no questions are questions that start with is this happening? Will I do this? Should I do this? Would I do this? Could I do this? Those sort of questions. Okay, if you're asking a yes and no, then you're going to get angel answers. If you want a little bit more, you ask questions that start with how, what, and why. And you want to know what empowers you on your journey. So think very carefully about your question. Oops. Sorry about that in the background. I should actually turn that off. Okay, so that won't keep beeping all the time. Right, okay, so if you just type in your question. So we've got Amber, Viddy, and Anna. So if you just type your question in once, and then I can scroll back to you. So Amber, you want to type in your question, Viddy and Anna. So you 3 can type in your questions to start with. And then I will begin the readings. Okay, so I'm just waiting for some questions. Okay, so I'm waiting for Amber, and then I will do, remember, yes and no questions will be angel answers. If you want a little bit more information, with the tarot, questions that start with how and why. Or if you want a little bit more in depth, don't forget the pinned links or the links down below for a donation type reading. Anything from $1 is going to get you a tarot and oracle reading. So it's going to give you a little bit more cards. Okay, so we've got Amber. Hi, Eagle. How are you? So I'm just waiting for Anna's question as well. Okay, a yes and no. Will you obtain medical insurance in the coming months? Okay. Okay, Amber, let's take a nice deep breath. Will you receive medical insurance in the upcoming months? Okay, in regards to the medical insurance, it looks like there's a lot of things that need to be considered, need to be thought about in regards to this situation. Okay, it does feel like there's a lot of things that need to be thought about in regards to your medical insurance, making sure it's up to date, making sure all the information is up to date that you need to fill out in the form. I just feel like there's some stuff that needs to be sorted out first before you'll actually definitely get the medical insurance. It does feel like there's some things that need to be considered in regards to the situation. Okay, interesting. With 5 of water comes up with the Angel Tarot. And that's telling us there's some things that you can control and there's some things that you cannot. So I think that's why that's really important that you make sure that you consider all the information that's needed on the forms and for your medical insurance. There are some things that you need to consider because things may not turn out exactly what you want in regards to this situation. So there may be some things that don't quite work out, but you do need to consider your alternative in regards to your medical insurance. I do feel like there's some stuff that needs to be considered, whether it's making sure that your form's filled out. Hi, Caitlin. Hi, Gabriella. So, yeah, I think it's quite important for you to consider some things on your medical insurance forms and things like that. And to, there's some things that you cannot control. There is outside influences that you might not be able to control on the whole thing. So it's sort of saying that maybe not unless this gets some making sure that things are sorted out on the medical form. So with the 5 of water here, saying that things might not quite work out the way that you want them to. So you just might need to check out some alternatives, maybe check out some forms, check out the form that you filled out, make sure you got all the information that's needed. Things can change. Remember, this is just the current energy at the moment, and things could change depending on the situation, choices being made, etc. So on the thing, they're saying maybe not at the moment. It's just some things that need to be considered on the form. Okay, so next I have Vidi and then Anna. Vidi, oops. And then Anna. And then I've got Eagle, Gabriella, and Sunshine. Oh, Eagle, I'm sorry, Caitlin, and then Sunshine. Okay. Yes, still have some things to work out currently. And okay, so that makes sense. Right, should you stay in the relationship with H. It's a Libra. Okay. That's all right. No worries, Caitlin. No worries. All good. Okay. Should you stay in the relationship with H? Okay. I think it's thinking about things that could be better. Depends on the relationship, but it just says there could be something better. Whoa. I mean, of course, the choice is yours. What you choose to do is up to you. But it does tell us that you need to choose your battles wisely. Okay, there may be some battles or some challenges in regards to the relationship that you're in. And that's why they're saying that there could be something better. But totally up to you, of course, to sort of stand your ground, stand up for yourself in many ways. You've got to remember you always have the choice to stay or not stay in the relationship. They're just saying that there could be something better around the corner if you choose, because there could be some battles that you might need to stand up for in some way. You know, you've got to remember this is just the current energy. This is just what's going on at the moment. Things can change, but ultimately they're saying that there could be something better for you in regards to a relationship. But you've got to choose your battles wisely, choose what, stand up for your own convictions, stand up for your own beliefs. So totally up to you what you choose to do, whether you stay or not, but there could be something better around the corner if you choose to make those changes, if you choose to sort of stand up or choose your battles wisely. Totally up to you. Right, Anna. Okay. Is Olivia Williams honest about investing in Bitcoin and earning money? Okay. Basically, no. It says choose a new direction. It's telling you to think about something else in regards to earning money. Don't try and invest in Bitcoin and all that sort of stuff. Telling you to shift your perspective, change your perspective, move in a new direction. It's quite interesting here. You got choose a direction, and 6 of air is also about moving in a new direction, leaving behind the old, moving into the new. So basically I get that energy about maybe something else might be better for you in regards to investing your money. Okay, so it might work for Olivia, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. They're definitely telling you to choose a new direction, choose something else in regards to earning money, Anna. So, yeah, I just think, I mean, it's totally up to you, of course, but they're just sort of basically saying that it's time to choose a new direction. You need to think of something differently, definitely leaving behind the old, definitely got that sense of moving into smoother waters. So that tells me no. Right. Next is Eagle. And that was a general for the next 24 hours. Right, now to get rid of the yes and no card. You're welcome, Anna. Eagle, what am I going to do for you? Oh. Okay, Meraki. Okay, general for the next 24 hours. Whoa! Okay, Knight of Pentacles flew out. So Knight of Pentacles to me is that sense of moving slowly, progressing slowly, keeping your feet firmly on the ground. I just feel like that sense of not being in a rush with the situation, slowing down. With the King of Cups, it's kind of interesting because it's about sort of, I feel like not putting your emotions on your sleeve, not sort of, maybe not dipping fully into something, just sort of taking your time with something, just not rushing, just slow down a little bit with the situation that's going on, Eagle. So I think it's about just taking your time and just allowing yourself that sense of, just allowing yourself that breather to breathe, to not rush, to sort of nurture in a way your dreams, your ideas, but not necessarily rush into anything. Sort of slow down a little bit. Just take your time with your dreams, like putting things into thoughts and ideas, maybe writing things down, sort of really allowing yourself to, like with the King, I get that sense of dreaming big, like your dreams and ideas, but not rushing into anything, just taking your time thinking about it. With the King energy, it's got the air and water, allows you that sort of slow pace, that thought, that idea to sort of go with the flow with things, not rush. So that's kind of important for you for the next 24 hours, to sort of just slow down a little bit, not rush into anything, allow yourself to breathe and just take your time with your ideas, your thoughts, your emotional, something that you might have emotionally, your idea or thought that you might have had quite emotional connection to. Don't rush into it. It's kind of really important. You just slow down a little bit. Okay, Gabriella. And then Caitlin. Gabriella, let's do you. Looking for a particular. Let's do Art Nouveau. General reading for Gabriella. So what does Gabriella need to know right now that's important? Okay, Gabriella, let's have a look. Okay, Gabriella, we've got the High Priestess with the 5 of Swords. So the High Priestess tells us that there's some hidden knowledge that's yet to be revealed. Okay, so it feels like there could be some secrets being revealed, and we could end up with a few quarrels and disagreements. With the 5 of Swords, it's about quarrels, disagreements, fights. It might give you an opportunity to sort of walk away from these fights and this disagreements, and trust your intuition in regards to the situation. But I do feel like there could be some hidden knowledge, some secrets, or something that is revealed to you, and it could cause a little bit of disagreement, a little bit of quarrels or fights within the situation. So you can choose now how you choose to react. walk away from it until everybody is calm and relaxed, or being able to talk, to be able to communicate, to overcome those challenges in regards to the communication. So I do feel like it's important for you to really allow yourself to take a moment to understand the secrets that are being revealed, the knowledge, the hidden knowledge that's been revealed to you, and allow yourself to sort of choose how you're going to communicate with the situation. I think there's a lot of stuff going on there. So just be wary in how you choose to react. There could be some fights, some quarrels, some disagreements in the situation. So choosing how you will react will make a big difference. Up to you, of course. Okay, Caitlin, what was your question? I did see it up here. Okay. Okay, you told off your birth parents? What do you mean you told off? You mean you told off? You mean you spoke to your birth parents using the information? Okay, and what do they think of you now? Okay. Let's do... let's do the stained glass. Okay. Oh, you told her. Okay. You spoke to your parent. Right. Okay. What do they think of you now? Okay. So what does the birth parents think of Caitlin with what was said? Okay. What's going on with this? Okay. Interesting. Okay. It shook up their world for sure. They felt like their world was shaken up. Interesting though. Brings about new beginnings. So it shook up their world, and it does bring about a sense of a new beginning to them. Do you feel like it's a new beginning? Okay, with Five of Cups, looking at things that they can and cannot control. Okay, with the Emperor there, with the provider, the caring card, the sense of control. So here we've got, it shook up their life. Okay, it shook up with what you said. It shook them up a little bit, okay? But it's brought about new beginnings, enabling them to look at what they can and cannot control in the situation. Okay. So with the Emperor, we get the sense of control. Again, we get that sense of control. It's quite interesting with the Five of Cups, with that some things you cannot control, and then you've got that control card with the Emperor there. So I do feel like they're trying to control the situation a little bit, and even though they realize that they cannot, they sort of want to control what you know and what you don't know sort of situation. But it does create a sense of a new beginning, a new pathway, stepping out of that shaken. I do feel like you sort of shook up their world a little bit. You did shake up their world. But it does give a sense of a new beginning, a new possibilities, a clean slate. Yeah. So that's maybe what the new beginning is. Maybe you've got that new thing. There's some things you can and cannot control, and they realize that too. And maybe they thought they could control the situation and still can. It's all about control. It's not about love. Okay, it's not about love, it's about control. So maybe it is time to sort of move on. New pathways, new journey. So it's all about control. So, I mean, totally up to you what you do with it. Caitlin, remember you always have free will in how you choose to react. So you can go, okay, that's enough. I'm going to have a new beginning in my life. I'm going to control only what I can control. You know, there's some things that you cannot. And I think that's what they've understood too, even though they try and control the situation. So up to you, Caitlin. Yeah. So you've got to do what you've got to do for you. You've got to take care of you, Caitlin. Do what's right for you. Okay, sunshine is next. Sunshine Bunny Love. Is you Whitney? Right. What are Bryant's next actions towards? Whoa! Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thanks, Sunshine. I just want to make sure that you're Whitney. I wanted to get that down to it. Right. Let's have a look. What are Bryant's next actions towards Whitney? Let's have a look. Okay, the cards I've got here. It's a Hierophant and the Knight of Swords. Okay. So his actions is about what he believes. Okay. And I feel like he could be rushing into, he believes he's sort of rushing into something. He's got a plan. He's strategizing what action he's going to do. He believes or have faith in the situation. Definitely has beliefs or faith in the situation that's going on. And there is that sort of rushing into battle, so to speak, rushing into things. So that's what I'm sort of getting here. There is that sense of having belief, having faith in the situation and rushing into something. Sorry, let me just take a drink here. So that's what we've got here. Bryant's actions towards you is about his own faith, his own belief, and rushing into something. Definitely feels like there could be a rushing into something. Definitely moving forward into it. into an idea, into a strategy, into a plan. So there. Right. Next. Mystical. Okay, how is the Sagittarius? You're in separation right now. And you want to know how the Sagittarius is feeling about you. Okay, mystical. How is Sagittarius feeling about mystical right now? There's no contact. So what's going on? What's the connection? What's happening? What's the pulling out at me? Right. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. It's interesting because I get the Nine of Wands and I got the Knight of Swords again, but I get it in a different context with this reading here. With the Nine of Wands, we get that perseverance, that keep going, right? So it feels like the Sagittarius is sort of in the background, just surviving, just sort of keeping going. He's just moving forward. And I do feel like he's trying to make a plan or idea before moving forward. Okay, so I get the sense that he's in this moment of taking a breath. I feel like he's taking a breath for a minute and he's sort of working out where he is, what's going on. He's surviving. He's sort of taking a moment to think about what's the plan, what's the idea, the strategy to move forward in the journey. So I do feel like there's this perseverance energy going on. He's in the background trying to survive the situation that's going on. He's just thinking about how he can persevere, how he can keep going, how he can make plans and ideas to move forward on the journey. What plans and strategies for him to move forward on his journey with you. Okay? So that's where your Sagittarius is sort of at. He's at that moment of sort of trying to get through the moments one step at a time, taking a breath and making some plans and ideas before he rushes into anything. So I'm getting a bit of a slower energy with him. A very slow energy. That's cool. Okay, so we've just about got everybody on the list. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, you've asked okay, you've got a yes and no question, right? You got, will I be able to get the rest of my money to be put back into my classes tomorrow? Okay, so you've asked a yes and no question. So we're going to ask the angel answers. Will I be able to get the rest of your money? Will you be able to get the rest of your money? Oh, you got dropped out of your college class last minute. Okay. There's something going on behind the scenes. It's telling me there's some stuff that needs to be sorted out first. Okay, they're saying no. No, you're not at the moment because there's some stuff that needs to be sorted out. Okay, let's see what action needs to be taken. Whoa! Ooh, tells me it's going to be a bit of a challenge. I think you need to communicate your case, is what I want to say there. You need to communicate your case in regards to the money side of it. I think there's some stuff that needs to be sorted out. Yep. Still got PayPal. You'll see the links down below, the PayPal link, or you can go through Ko-Fi, has PayPal or Stripe. You can choose how you want to pay. Okay, so yeah, I just feel like you're not going to get the money straight away. I think there's some stuff that needs to be sorted out first. There is a challenge to the situation going on. There is a bit of a fight or an argument, a quarrel to the situation. I do feel like that you need to sort of set your case or communicate your case about getting the money to be put back into your class for your classes. I don't think it will happen tomorrow. That's Friday for you, right? I think it's going to be sort of, I feel like not at the moment. I think there's some stuff that needs to be sorted out after the weekend. I think there could be a bit of a delay. And the reason why I say delay is because of the 5 of air, which is that sense of a quarrel or a disagreement, a fight for it, needing to sort of set your case for it. Okay, so there's some stuff still need to be sorted out before it can be finalized. But you won't be able to do it for class tomorrow. I think it's more likely next week might be sorted, but you got to sort of get your A into G and get sorted with your case. So yeah, no, not tomorrow. Okay, Highness is the last one, Caitlin. Highness will be the last one. Ari. Okay. Ari. Oh, so I've got no question from Ari. Okay, if you want a little bit more information, tarot and oracle reading, don't forget to use the pinned links or the links down below. Please let me know if you donate so I can check the amount and so I can give you the appropriate number of cards for your reading. I don't need to know how much. I just can check how much. I don't put it on the thing, but just let me know if you do donate. If you use the Ko-Fi link, you've got a choice between the PayPal or Stripe. Stripe being like Apple Pay or Google Pay, when you can use your other credit cards if you don't use PayPal. But Ko-Fi does give you that choice. Right, sorry, Ari. Still no question from Ari. Okay, so who's next after Ari? Queen Libra. Okay, so if Ari hasn't typed in her question, I'll do Queen Libra first. Okay. Oh, you're typing. Okay. Cool. I'll just do this. I'll do this quickly, and then I can a general love read. Oh, that's a bit more in depth. Okay. Will Jackie fire you soon, Queen Libra? Let's have a quick skizzy. Says unlikely. Thanks, Hazel. Will Jackie fire me soon? Tell me. It says unlikely that she's going to fire you soon. I think there's some positive changes coming up. It does feel like there's life's ups and downs, but it does feel like there's some positive changes. So it doesn't feel like she's going to fire you soon, unless you've done something really bad. Unless you've done something really bad. But it just says with life's ups and downs, you're going to be all right. Positive energy. So no, doesn't feel like she is going to fire you soon. Right. We've got the free list is closed. We've got a donation from Hazel. Right. So let's just have a little bit of a look-see here. Let me just go into my PayPal. Okay. Oh, yep. Cool. Right. Cool. Okay, I'm just going to do the Ari. Right, I've got Hazel. I'm just going to do the donation, and then I'll be back on the free list, and I'll do Ari's one first, and then I'll continue. Sorry, Ari, I'll just do this quickly, and then you'll be next. Right, so we have, how does Kit feel about you? Right. It's funny, I just got this. Yep. Thanks, Ari. I got your question. I'll do you next. And so I can focus on you a little bit. Because it's a general love read. I sort of want, there's something that's sort of coming up. Okay, cool. Thanks. Right. How does Kit feel about you? Right. Let's have a look. And for some reason, I got the Horror Oracle pulled out. Don't know why, but that's what pulled out with the Grateful Dead. How does let me just move this mouse. Just move boxes so I've got some room to breathe. Right. How does Kit feel about you? Let's have a look. About the relationship. Right. So okay. So what have we got? Interesting. With eyes, which is like the world card. Okay, so this is about new beginnings. It feels like it's a new cycle. Kit feels like there's a new cycle going on here. There's a new possibilities. It's taking a lot of courage. He feels like he's got to build up the courage, the inner power, there's stamina, endurance to the journey. A lot of transformation and changes going on in the relationship as well. So he feels like there is a new possibility to this relationship, new things going on, but it's going to take a lot of endurance, a lot of strength, a lot of courage to be able to move through the changes that are needed within this relationship as well. Okay, there's a lot of major arcana pulled out here. So we have the faith. I think there's a lot to learn in this situation. It is about a lot of faith, a lot of spirituality. The key to this relationship, I think, is about the lessons that have been learnt from the past, lessons that have been learnt from the past, allowing you to deal with any heartbreak or sorrow. Okay, with the Three of Skulls, it's all about the heartbreak and the sorrow. So it's all about being able to deal with any heartbreak or any sorrow that's been from the past, allowing you to sort of move forward on the journey here. Okay, so again, we've got Five of Skulls. So we've got that sense of things maybe not always about dealing with the arguments or the quarrels. I think there's a lot of thought about how do you deal with, he's thinking, how do we deal with any quarrels or any disagreements, any fights? How can we have a win-win situation? So I think there's a lot of thoughts going into a lot of thoughts here, how overcoming challenges in regards to ideas and thoughts and things that are going on here. So Terrapin of Bolts. So looking for a breakthrough, an understanding. He's looking for an understanding through this journey as well. Interesting. Two of Bolts. You've got that looking at choices and decisions. It feels like there's a lot of one step at a time. We've got Eight of Roses. So what needs to be left behind? There's a lot of stuff that needs to be left behind. Okay, what needs to be left behind in this situation? A lot of pausing, a lot of reflecting needed in this situation. So I do feel like Kit feels like there is some challenges to this relationship overall. There's a lot of thinking going on. I feel like there's a lot of thinking about what's next and what needs to be left behind in the relationship. Okay, so there is a lot of stuff that needs to be sorted out in regards to the relationship. I think there's a lot of thinking going on in this relationship. There's a lot of thoughts about what's next, what's going on here. So we have dreams and family. Kind of interesting. So I am getting this sort of a dreams of a family within the relationship. So maybe he wants, I get the sense that he's dreaming about having a family, sort of being in a family sort of situation. So that's why I feel like he's diving deep into, what changes, what transformations need to take place. He's asking himself a lot of questions about his faith, his spirituality in regards to about the relationship, about what's next. So, yeah. So I do feel like there's a lot of trying to get some clarity, some understanding, a breakthrough within the relationship, looking at the choices or the choices that are made, taking a moment to sort of pause and breathe and look at the choices. What needs to be left behind is a big one here, allowing them the sense of reflection, motivate. I just get the sense of reflection, the sense of reviewing, contemplating of what has been and what will be. So there's a lot of thought going on. He's just doing a lot of thinking about the relationship. I just feel like there's a lot of thinking. I don't see a lot of action. He's dreaming about a family. This is his thinking about things. I just feel like he's doing a lot of thinking. I'm not sure when he's going to reach out or that, but I do feel like he's doing a lot of thinking. He's dealing with a lot of heartbreak or sorrow he's been dealing with. I do feel that's part of the process as well. You know, how do we deal with any heartbreak or sorrow? How do we deal? I do feel like there's some conflict within himself as well with the changes. So I don't see him reaching out immediately. I just see him thinking about things. He's trying to get an idea about the bigger picture within himself. Okay, Caitlin, thank you. So yeah, Titi Hazel, I just feel like he's at the moment, he's just sort of doing a lot of thinking. He's feeling about the relationship. He's doing a lot of soul searching, if you like, is what I get here. A lot of soul searching about what he wants. So it's whether he's going to take that courage to actually reach out. I feel like he's a sense of afraid. He's afraid, he's scared, he's not sure about what your reaction is going to be. I do feel like he's unsure about how you're going to react, and so I do feel like he's needing a lot of courage with the changes and the transformations that's needed. So I do feel like he's trying to build up that courage. I think that's a big thing. Will he have the courage to reach out to you? I still think he's sort of sorting through a few things first within his mind. It's a lot of mind stuff going on, a lot of mental stuff going on. Okay, so I do feel like it's quite he's still sorting out a lot of stuff. He's dreaming a lot. He's thinking about things, but he hasn't really had the courage yet to reach out. So he's got to build that courage. But he's definitely looking at thinking about a family of some sort. So I think he's just got to get a clear head. I think once he's got a clear head, then he'll reach out to you. Okay, Ari. Now, romance. Romantic. Yeah. You just got to sort it through in his head. Okay, Ari, you're next. Don't forget, guys, if you send through a donation, please let me know. Okay, Ari, now I did see your question here. Now, I want to think about your question for a second. Oh, general love, right. Now, let's dive into this. I just feel like he's quite scared, Hazel. He's just afraid of how you will react. So hopefully you'll understand that you guys are right. General love reading. Now, what I want to do for you, there it is. Now, Ari. Right. There's a reason why I wanted to sort of... Whoa! Card flew out. I knew that was going to happen. Right. Now, Ari's been around for a while and supported the channel for quite some time. So I just want to add something here. So we've got 10 of coins. Wealth and abundance with the love. Whew. We got the devil card here, and I just get be careful of temptation. Don't know why, but I just got be careful. I do feel like you're going to have a wealth of abundance in regards to love. Okay, you've got a lot of love coming in. But it tells us to be careful about temptation. And what I want to use is my Oracle of Passions. Just going to add an extra card here for you. All right. Ooh, that was very strong, came out. Entwined hearts. So I do feel like someone's coming with an abundance of prosperity that's going to allow you to have entwined hearts, but just be aware of not losing yourself, of temptation, of keeping you chained to the situation without functioning to the world. Oh, okay, Miss Moonlight. Yeah, so kind of interesting there. I get the sense of you've got a wealth of abundance of love coming in, but just be wary of temptation. But also, there is an entwined heart. So someone's coming in that's going to, you're going to feel like you're losing your, just be careful you don't lose yourself, is what I want to say here. With the entwined heart. Just be careful. But you definitely got an abundance of love coming in. So kind of interesting there. So yeah, that's why I wanted to do the extra card for you. So just the entwined hearts. Okay. So that really comes in with the abundance, prosperity. But just be careful with the temptation. You're welcome. You're welcome. Right, guys, I'm just wrapping up the free readings that are on the free list that Caitlin did for me. Okay, let me just throw in this list that Caitlin did. This is the last of the free list. Okay, so if you want a reading, anything from $1 is going to get you to skip the queue, but also get you a tarot and oracle reading. Okay, so if you want to donate, please let me know. But these are the people that are on the list. Just did Ari. So I've got TT. Oh, no, I've crossed her off because she did a donation reading. So we've got Georgina next. Okay, then I've got John and Sexy Gina and Highness. And that's all I'm doing in the free readings. So if you want a reading, don't forget to, if you got your question in, cool. I'll skip back to your question. Just that I do need to, it's already been an hour and I don't want to burn myself out. Because I've already done some videos and things this morning for the channel. Okay. What did C think about the dramatic things we said about each other? Okay, so I'm going to use the Paulina Tarot for this one, I think. Oh, hi, Steve. Hello. Hi. What did C think about the dramatic things? So what did C think? What did C think about the dramatic things we said to each other? What did C think? Okay, so what have we got? 2 of Cups. Okay, 2 of Cups reversed. Okay, so 2 of Cups reversed is that sense of felt like there was a disconnection, if you like, with what was said to each other. I think it brought about a disconnection, an emotional disconnection on some level. And we've got Knight of Wands with swift movement. So things felt very intense. Okay, with the Knight of Wands can feel quite intense. You know, there was a lot of passion. There was a lot of energy, high energy going on there. But it definitely felt like there was some sort of C thinks that there was definitely a disconnection on some level, an unbalance of energy, if you like, an unbalance of emotion, unbalance of energy. Things moved quite quickly in the moment, and so I think there is that sense of moving away from each other, from it, giving each other some space is kind of really important. So yeah, I just felt there was this a disconnection. C felt like there was some sort of disconnection from you guys, and there was that sense of moving quickly. Things felt very intense, moving quickly away from each other. So yeah, just felt very disconnected, really sort of disconnected from each other emotionally. So let's have a look what's next. John's next. Right, John, your question. Let's have a look. Did I have your question, John? Let's see it there. Oh, here we go. Okay. Not to be your. Okay. You ask a yes or no question. Angels. Right. Does Daniela oh, kind of interesting because two cards fled out. No and no. And there's some stuff to reconsider. So I'm sorry they all flipped out, and I was not expecting that. Okay, so there's some stuff to reconsider. So let's just have a little bit of a look-see. There might be some stuff going on in her life right now. Okay. No, we get a desire to move on. Okay, I just wanted to see what the tarot card would come out. The Eight of Water, and that's about moving on. So it feels like there's some stuff going on in her life right now, and she's wanting to sort of move on, shift. So quite strongly there. So I'm sorry, John. It feels like some things have changed in her life. And at the moment, with things that are going on and wanting to sort of move in a new direction. Searching for something new. So there may be some stuff going on behind the scenes that we don't know what's actually happening. So you might need to communicate, need to talk. But it feels like there's some stuff going on. You're welcome. Right, next. Okay, these are the last ones from the list that we're doing at the moment. This was the free list, was Sex, Gina, and Highness. They're the last two, right? And if anybody else wants a reading, you can donate if you want. but I'm just going to be wrapping up now. So let me just put in this banner. Ending soon. Hi, Egyptian Famous. How are you? I'm sorry, I've been on for over an hour, and I just need to make sure I self-care, otherwise I burn out. I do need to make sure I've been on for over an hour, and I do need to make sure I take care of myself. If you do want to book a donation reading with me, if you want to book a reading, not a problem. Check out Ko-Fi. Check out the pinned link or the links down below to book a reading with me. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be a full-on reading. It can be a donation reading as well. You do have that option. If you don't want to pay for a full reading, not a problem. How does my crush currently feel about you, and what is going to... Okay, so you remember you get 2 cards in your reading. Your free reading, you get 2 cards. Just so that you know. So I'm going to use Black Cats. So I only use 2 cards in the reading, don't forget. So there's not going to be... So how does the crush feel? How does Kay feel about Sexy Gina? How does Kay... Okay. That one here. Okay. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is emotional. Is an emotional overfill. Is a new beginning. Okay. It's a new beginning. A new love. So next thing is what's going to happen. Oh. Okay. Okay, 8 of Coins tells us that you're going to get some closure. You're going to get some understanding to the situation. I do feel like there's going to be some sort of closure. It's going to be, does feel like a task is going to be finished. So I do feel like you're going to get some understanding with what's going to happen with the coming weeks. So I do feel like it's a task that's coming to an end. So you will get your answers in the coming weeks. So this is a new beginning, new possibility. That's what they're sort of thinking. And I do feel like you'll get sort of some closure to the to what you're asking in the coming weeks. You're going to get your answers. It's going to take a bit of work, but you'll I do get a sense of closure in some way. So it's a new love, new beginning, new emotions coming to fruition, starting this new beginning, thinking about the love, and then you've got the sense of closure, a task that's finished, a task that needs completion in some way in regards to what's happening with you. Okay. Last one, last reading, last pre-reading anyway. And then I'm going to finish up. His Highness. Okay. When? Okay, you're asking a bit of a timing question here. Timing questions. So let's get the timing cards out. When will you get a new job? Okay, when will Highness get a new job? when you're ready. So when you've done everything you need to do to be ready. So it feels like it'll happen all in divine timing when it's supposed to. When you've got everything sorted with your CVs, you've got all, when you're prepared, bank account, I don't know, when you got everything sorted. Just says when you're ready. It's time for you to be a little bit assertive with getting a job. Okay, when you're ready and you've actually got everything sorted, you've got your CV, you've got everything all sorted, you can be a little bit assertive by maybe taking your CV into different places. What type of job do you actually want, and actually going around. It's like I wanted a job in a pharmacy at one stage. So what I did was with my CV, and I went around all the pharmacies, and I finally got one. I got a job at a pharmacy. This was a long time ago, but this was, when I wanted a job in a pharmacy. I just took my CVs around all the pharmacies in town, all the ones sort of outside town in the suburbs. I went all around and I got a job because I went out there and I pounded my feet. So it's about sort of being sort of assertive in the situation. So when you're ready and you take action, you'll get a new job. You'll get your job. Okay, Highness? So hopefully that helps. And that's me. I've been on for like an hour, over an hour and 12 minutes. So I am had it. I am so ready. I am so ready. You're welcome, Highness. You're welcome. Okay, guys, don't forget to check out my Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi or Fiverr if you want to check out for a reading. See my memberships there on Ko-Fi. Memberships get lots of exclusive details, lots of freebies and all sorts of bits and pieces. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh yeah, I started to, Caitlin. I fell asleep. Sorry, yeah. Anyway, that's it from me. Okay, take care and blessed be. I am out.